this town with your host T. Will, yeah, keeping it real. From the A to the screen, you can feel the thrill. Rolling with the classics, we're setting the pace, highlighting the magic of our soulful space. Got the vibe, got the crew, making it tight. When the screen lights up, everything feels right. Grab your popcorn, let's make it loud. It's movie time, ATL style. Stand proud from the silver screen to the hearts we steal. Every frame we capture is the real deal. Talking premieres where the stars align. ATL views, yeah, they really shine behind the...
Welcome, 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 movie fans everywhere. Welcome tonight from For My ATL Sports and For My ATL Movies 1. And from me and my little big brother, Eric Parker, we bring you Juice. That's right, the 1992 movie Juice, filled with teen spirit, angst, rebellion against authority, and all the quips and rap songs we 50-year-olds love. Eric, how you doing tonight, man? You all right? You good?
Doing great, doing great.
All right, man. Well, hey, you and I both love this movie. I can remember exactly where I was the first time I saw this movie. I must have gone and seen it at least 20 times in the theater, as the girl I was dating at the time worked at the theater, so I got in the movies for free. So I was watching this one every day, man.
Do
Quite.
not remember the first time I saw you.
You don't?
I've seen it a million times since then, but I do not remember the first time I saw Juice. Nope, I never thought about that.
Yeah, man. I saw it at this theater on Panola Road. Like I said, my girlfriend at the time worked there, so she got me in all the movies. First day it came out, I think I saw it 3 times. Next day I saw it 3 times. Like I was
I don't think I
really...
saw it in the movies though.
No, you don't?
Yeah, I don't think I saw it when it was in the movies. I don't know. I don't remember. Don't I ain't gonna try to think up a story. I don't. I really don't remember the first time I saw it. It might have been in the movies. I don't.
Okay. Well, again, Blue Lights in the Basement, which basically just means old. From For My ATL Sports, For My ATL Movies, let's get to it. Directed by Ernest Dickerson, a longtime Spike Lee cinematographer. That's another way of saying cameraman. Co-writer Gerald Brown, producers Neil H. Moritz, David Hyman, Peter Frankfurt. The cast: Omar Epps as Q, Tupac Shakur as Bishop, Khalil Kane as Raheem, and Jermaine Huggy Hopkins as Steele, with, of course, Samuel L. Jackson and Queen Latifah. Runtime was about an hour and 34 minutes. Or
Bishop
95
wasn't his
minutes.
Bishop wasn't his name though. You remember his name? That's his nickname.
It starts with an R.
Yep.
Is it
Oh,
Roman?
Roland. Yeah.
Roland, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It was Roland. Okay. Budget was 5 million. Domestic gross 20 million dollars basically. Where it was shot: on location in New York. We've got scores from Rotten Tomatoes, which gave it an 81%. Critics Metacritic gave it 60, and Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars. I remember the first time I saw this movie, Eric. My mind was blown. There are two that... well, okay, so look at the big four, right? New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society,
You
and
just yeah.
all definitively impacted my early adult years. First time I saw New Jack City, I wanted to be Nino Brown. Now, I got over that. I got over that real quick, but I'm not gonna lie. For like about a week, I really was thinking about a career change, Eric. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to be Nino. I
Get to
wanted
the
to be
money.
Nino, man. Um, so when Juice came out and you saw it, and remember when the movie came out, everybody was wearing their jeans down in their Tims. You remember that? Everybody would tuck their pants down in their Tims. I don't
Yeah,
know if
that was back. That was back when everybody used to want to be from New York.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Back in the day. Back
Yeah,
in so so yeah, but no, the first week this movie came out, my mind was blown, bro. My mind was blown. And it was so good that I just kept going back to see it over and over again. Now that I'm an adult, I have a completely different viewpoint on it. And I love to hear your viewpoint. But just a great movie. Just a plot summary, really quick. Four Harlem teens, DJ in training, Q, Steady Raheem, Lovable Steel, and Combustible Bishop chase Juice, which is essentially respect or power. A convenience store robbery spins out when Bishop pulls the trigger, then slides into paranoia and dominance, turning on his own crew as Q's DJ ambitions collide with survival. The nightmare culminates on a rooftop where Bishop falls and a bystander tells Q, you got the juice now. That's a broad oversimplification. We're going to get into this in granular detail. Let's get into scene one. So we meet Q, Bishop, Raheem, and Steele skipping to school. What's interesting, Eric, is in the first scene, we see their home lives, right? So
yeah,
we see Steele, who has a dad, whose dad is like, boy, get up. I'm not coming in there again. Da 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 da. And what's interesting is, even though Steele has a father that's in his life, what we will see later on is Steele amongst the crew is considered the weakest one, right?
yeah.
Well,
Still shouldn't be there. Still's not. He's not the gangster. Still's the good kid that wants to be cool.
right, 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 right. So they're skipping the school, they're hanging at the arcade, they're running in the neighborhood. There's a light, easy banter that they have with each other, right? They're laughing and joking. It's almost like this movie was two movies. There was before the robbery, which was
Yeah,
very lighthearted, a lot of joking, a lot of comedy, and then after the robbery, when it got real, right?
yeah.
So there is frustration with being powerless kids in a world that doesn't respect them. And when I think about that, I think about they're running, they in the beginning we see Bishop. And let's go back to their home lives. So we see Bishop walking in and his father staring at the television set. And his father, right now we call it PTSD. Back in the day when you and I were kids, Eric, they called it being shell shock, right?
Yeah.
Clearly he's got PTSD and it's severe. And Bishop is looking at his father not with resentment, but like, come on, man, get up and do something, right? So we already see in the home dynamic with Bishop and his dad, there's an issue there because his dad just sits there and does nothing. And he never says it, but it feels like there's just a tiny bit of resentment and maybe misunderstanding for what he's going through. Give me your thoughts on that. And I'm talking about the first scene when Bishop's grandmother saying, hey, I'm going to make you breakfast. And he walks in. The room with his dad is in complete disarray. And he's just sitting there at the TV like a zombie. Give me your thoughts on that.
I think he's ashamed of him. I don't think it. I don't think it's that he wants him to get up and do something. I think he's ashamed of him.
Okay. Do you think he understands what his dad is going through? I mean, he's a kid, right?
I don't
So
think he cares.
you don't?
In his head, everything should be the gangster life. Everything should
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
about respect from the hood.
Yeah.
So his dad gets absolutely no respect. So I think he's ashamed of him because he gets no respect from the hood.
Yeah. And that's fair. That's fair. Let's talk about Raheem. The first time we see him, his sister trying to get into the bathroom, and he's like, "Well, I get you. You can get in the bathroom if you give me $5." And we see them going back and forth. We really don't see Raheem having a father. right? Which tracks because in a lot of our African American homes, unfortunately, there's not one. So we see the banner between Raheem and his sister. It's playful, joking, um, lighthearted. Then we go to Steele's home, and Steele dad doesn't play. He's like, boy, if I have to come in there again, it's gonna be me and you. It's gonna be me and you, right? And Steele's like, okay, and he gets up, and then we see Q, and as the movie opens, we see Q with the headset on, and he clearly was doing his DJ mixing all night and fell asleep. And his mom comes in there and just commits a party foul. You don't scratch the record like that, Eric. You don't do damage to that, man. That is foul. But that lets you know mom is mad. Mom is not hearing it. Mom's like, look, boy, you were late yesterday, the day before. You need to get your butt up, okay?
Yeah.
And I can relate to that. My mom used to have some of those conversations with me. Um, and we see his little brother. Okay. And so we see all of their home lives and they leave. And then they get together. And the first thing you notice is that in the current pecking order, Raheem is clearly the alpha.
Yeah.
Okay. We see at least several times where Raheem is like, no, we're not doing that. We're not leaving without Steel. We're not doing that. We're not going in there. When Q comes out and says, yo, Blizzard is in there sticking the place up now, right? And Bishop is like, dude, we are in there. And Raheem is like, no. And each time he tells him no, we start to see the frustration. You can
Oh, that's
see,
from the very first time. From the
yes,
very
correct.
first time when whenever he tells Bishop something to do, you can see him kind of side eye him like,
Yeah,
hold up,
yeah, yeah.
why does motherfucker think he's supposed to be telling me what to do?
Right, right, right. Which, and I'll be honest with you, that is a dynamic in young men, right? In young men, and we've all had friends, but there is always that dynamic of one and two going at each other. That will exist until the end of time. So they're no different, but it's interesting. What I liked about it is the writer really, if you go back and look at it, you can almost see the point when Bishop is at his boiling point, right? Because when Bishop and Q get into it, he's really not mad at Q. He's really mad at Raheem, but he's working himself up to the point to where he can challenge it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That fight when he's like, "We ain't shit. We run from this." That was not about Q.
I don't even think he's mad at them. I think he just lost all respect for them.
Yes, correct.
And it came from. It started when he wanted to go into the bar.
Yeah, and
But
rob the place with
yeah,
Bliss.
when it
Yeah,
went, that was his first that was the first moment. But
right,
then when Blizzard died and they got to talking about it, he really lost all respect for him. But you
right.
could see it in his eyes when Q stood up and started talking. He really lost all respect then.
I think in that moment, Eric, he's blaming them for the death of Blizzard because he says if we'd have gone in there, it'd have been different. And Q
Yeah,
says to him, "No, it'd have been 5 dead ninjas instead of one." And that's when he's like, "I never thought I'd see the day that you talk like a punk, Q."
yeah,
I never saw. We run from this. We run from killers. We run from everybody. We're like the goddamn track team. Like that was
yeah.
fun. But hey, look, Bishop convinces the crew after they have their little tete-a-tete fight, whatever you want to call it. Bishop convinces the crew that they need to step up and rob a convenience store. Raheem and Q are hesitant, but Bishop's obsession with getting juice sways the group. This sets the stage for everything that follows. I don't know that it was necessarily that because we don't really see that conversation. We can assume that, but we don't see that conversation. We see a conversation about them going into the bar, and Raheem says no. Then we see Q go for his tryout, and there's a meeting that happens that we don't see and Q doesn't see. So we could infer that Bishop swayed them into doing it, but we didn't really see it,
Oh, this
right?
is definitely a Bishop idea, though. If you look at we can
Yeah,
go back to
I
the
agree.
characteristics of everybody from looking at the first scene. It's like they set it up to let you know that this is Bishop's. This is
Yeah,
definitely Bishop's idea. He's all excited about it, and you can see like with the planning of the robbery, with the actual robbery, he's ecstatic.
he
He's
can't
the
wait.
first one across
He,
the
can-
street.
he,
He's the first one to do it. He's all about this robbery. This is definitely his idea.
it's his Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he couldn't wait to do this. Yeah, he's all about that robbery.
Yeah, no, he really couldn't. And you know what? Hey, man, as we will see, nothing good will come of it. But let's get into it. So, Q shows up at the meeting. He's a little reluctant because he's excited, right? He just got accepted for the DJ gig. And the one thing you realize is that, to your point, Steele really doesn't belong in the group. He's got a dad. His parents hold him accountable. He really is just trying to fit in. Q is trying to make something better of himself with this DJ gig and do something. And Raheem is kind of, I would say, the conduit between Bishop and Q. What Raheem has a son, he has responsibilities, but he hasn't yet gotten it together, right? As a matter of fact, in the interaction with he and the young lady who was his girlfriend, she says, "Look, I don't want my baby around you or your friends because y'all don't do anything but f up." Or I'm paraphrasing, but Raheem needs to grow up, and Bishop is completely delusional, right? Bishop is one of those that I think he was really hurt by what happened with his father. He's really embarrassed. He wants to make a name for himself, but he has no connection with reality. Everything to him is it's either this or that. Either you're getting respect or you're not, and he just doesn't know how to assimilate in regular society. So anyway, it's interesting the conversation that they have, because when Q starts to question him about it, he's like, "This dude's scared, right? Oh, he's scared. Oh, he's whatever." And he's like, "No,
Yeah,
not
you
scared."
skip, but Steele was scared first. Steele was the one that tripped me out when he was trying to talk about it in the first place when he first walked up, and he, he said, "Oh," he said, Steele ain't scared, is you?" Steele said, "That
Right,
got Raheem."
right. He did, he
Like,
did, he
he
did.
changed the subject.
He wanted no
Bitch,
part of
I
that.
am
He
scared.
wanted no
There
part.
go Raheem.
Yeah. Even on the night of, Steele's like, "Steel, are you ready? Get it together." Steele's
Yeah,
like,
still shaking like,
right. Yeah. 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 No, he still wasn't about that life, man.
nah.
Still not about that life. Film analysis. Dickerson shoots with street level realism, tight interior stairwells, bodegas, keeping us in the boy's eye line. The pacing jumps from hangout comedy to thriller dread after the robbery, mirroring how quickly bad choices calcify into identity. In other words, it goes from zero to hot real quick. And yeah, if you make the wrong decision, this can happen. So I agree with that. Roger Ebert says, "What it's really about, power as a drug. In this world, a gun feels like an on ramp to respect. The film argues it's a trap that isolates you from community until you're alone on the ledge. Robert Ebert called it a nightmare of one-up masculinity, which fits Bishop's arc perfectly." Bishop really lost his mind when he got that gun in his hand, and you can see it.
But
You
he
can see it.
already had a gun.
Yeah,
Did you notice the two guns?
he did. You
Where's
talk
the
about,
other gun? Cause he already had a gun.
yeah, I don't know.
I was the last time I watched it, I was thinking about that. Where did this other gun come from?
I don't
Cause
know.
they act like a big deal when they were planning it for him to hold a gun. Remember, he was why he get to hold a gun? Cause I already got it,
Right. But
motherfucker.
at that point, Raheem didn't want to fight with him. Raheem, see, here's the thing, right? Sometimes you got to pay attention to how people act around you because he doesn't see this coming with Bishop. We, as the audience, we can see this coming a mile away. When I
Right,
go
but
back
he's
and I look
not
at
arguing with Raheem there. He keeps arguing with Q. But
I'm
this is after the first altercation.
no,
After the
I
first
know.
altercation, he just keeps up. But he has no respect for Q no more. So he just keeps arguing with anything Q says.
He,
To,
to your point, he has no respect for any of them. But what I'm saying is, anytime Raheem tells him no, you can see the frustration building in him. And Raheem doesn't catch this,
oh
right?
yeah,
Because if he did, he would not have given him the gun. That would have been like, you know what, bro? I think, or maybe that confrontation, maybe
I
that
think that
confrontation happened a
confrontation
lot
kicks
earlier.
off faster if he tries to take that
It
gun
probably,
from him.
and it probably
Because
does.
even when he first got it, and he said, "Why do he get to hold a gun?" He told him then, "Because I already got it."
Right, right. But that gun to Bishop represented power and respect, and nobody's taking this away from me, right? Lest we not forget when he's having one of his uh tangos with Radames and his crew. Radames makes a comment about his father when he calls Radames, you know what he called him. And he says, well, word on the street is your dad liked it in prison. And Bishop loses it. But
Yeah,
we don't know that there's not any truth to that, right? So Bishop, to me, until he gets this gun, feels powerless. He feels powerless. And when he gets this gun, it's almost like that scene in what is that with the precious? What is that? With golly. I can't think of it. It's a science fiction movie. The precious, whatever. But
I know what
that
you're talking about, but
yeah,
I could see it, but I don't know. I don't know what movie that is.
yeah. That's how Bishop looks at that gun when he first gets it in his hand. Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. I
Lord
was
of the
just going to say that.
That that's the look he has on his face when he first gets that gun. Is like, oh, I got it now. Oh, and he doesn't let it go. Throughout the entire movie, he does not let it go, and that's indicative of him feeling powerless because of his father,
see,
because of his economic circumstances, because of everything going on. He felt powerless. You about to say
but
something? I'm
see, that's what made me pay attention to the second gun. He puts
yeah,
one gun in the he puts one gun in the bricks when he's hiding the gun, and the other gun he still had it on him
yeah.
because he didn't hide that one. So he went back to the club and got arrested, and nobody says nothing about this gun. This gun just magically disappears. There's never heard from again. But there was definitely a second gun.
That's what they call a plot hole. That's that's what they call a plot hole, and people just missed it. I tell you what was interesting. Samuel L. Jackson in this movie was kind of a pedophile because he's messing with underage girls.
Yeah,
Like
high
these girls
school
are
kid.
13 and 14, and he's like, "Yeah, girl, I'll do." And I'm like, "Ew,
Yeah,
you're disgusting," right? But here's the thing: when I first watched it, Eric, I didn't pay attention to that.
nah, me neither.
I did not pay attention to that at all. When I went back and watched this, I'm like, oh, you are a creep.
Yeah,
You are a creep, right? Anyway, uh scene three. They're inside the store. The tension explodes. Bishop pulls the trigger, killing the cashier. The shock on the boys' faces marks the turning point. What was supposed to be about respect becomes about survival, and Bishop's hunger for power grows darker. And I agree with that. Now, the only thing about this, right, is when I went back to watch it, Steele's silly behind
said
does say
Raheem
Raheem.
name.
He does say it. He does say it. Now, I don't know that you had to kill him. I don't know. I don't know that that's the reason Bishop killed him.
Oh,
Bishop
Bishop was
want
gonna kill him anyway. When he
right,
first came in, you could kind of see it in his eyes that he like I said, he was excited about this whole thing.
right,
The most gangsters thing to do in that situation is kill the store owner.
Yeah.
So he was all about that. That's what he wanted to do.
Right.
He was
Right.
definitely going. He was going. It ain't matter if still say his name or not. He was still finna get shot. It's just
I
like how he shot Raheem. You ain't have to shoot Raheem, but
well, I mean,
that's Bishop.
I
That
don't. Yeah.
by gangster rules, yeah, you don't run up on nobody with the gun.
Well, no, I think Bishop wanted power anyway. I think Bishop wanted Raheem out of the way because of the way that he started acting after the robbery, like nothing happened. Bishop is delusional. Bishop is truly delusional because he really thinks that after he kills Raheem, stuff is going to go back to the way it was. And those boys respected Raheem and loved him. That was their brother. Bishop was just there. Bishop doesn't love anybody. Bishop doesn't respect anybody. He just wanted control.
Right,
And when he kills Raheem, then he's all, hey, he's going to see him. Nobody's taking his call. Nobody wants to be bothered with him. And he's acting like, well, what are you guys tripping for? I mean, I tried to tell him he shouldn't have run up on me, but that's not it. Bishop wanted to do this, whether he admits it or not. The minute Bishop got that gun, he was going to kill Raheem because of the power dynamic in that group. That is the only way that he would then become the alpha, right? Power is seized. Power is taken. It is never abdicated. It is never willfully given. So the only way for him to become the top dog in that group was for him to kill Raheem or hurt him severely, and that's what he chose to do,
I don't
right?
even think he. I don't think he necessarily thought he had to hurt him, but I think he did. But I do think that yeah, he knew he was going to be the most powerful one with that gun.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it came down to, it was going to come down to that. But he got the gun now, and ain't nobody taking it from him. So he's finna be the leader now.
I say that because number one, they're looking at Raheem. Raheem was the clear alpha. Raheem kept those boys together. Raheem kept those boys in line. Even when Bishop and Q have an altercation, he's like, "All right, y'all need to make up," and they make up. Why? Because they respected him on a certain level. They respected him,
Hmm.
and that wasn't going to change. So whether Bishop wants to admit it or not, the minute he got that gun, it was always going to be with him killing Raheem because there's no way Raheem was going to go for that, right? Raheem is all about the group. Raheem is all about making decisions that's for the betterment of the group. As soon as Q says to Raheem, "Hey man, we got to get rid of that gun," Raheem's like, "Yeah, we do. We got to get rid of that gun." And Q's like, "No, no, nobody's taking this gun from me. No, because he's got the power in his hands, right? Because for the first time in his life, he feels like I got
Yeah,
I got respect. People
yeah. He's like,
that's
nah,
all
nah.
he wanted.
I hold on to the gun until I say so.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right. No, I mean, and it's sad, but to me, this is where the second part of the movie kicks in because we see just how duplicitous and devious Bishop is, right? You're gonna do that and then
I
show
don't
up.
think that was the devious part right there, though. I would have did the same thing. You're not getting a gun. I just shot somebody with it. It's my responsibility now. I'm holding on to the gun till I say so. Now I don't know about shooting my home to make sure that I hold on to the gun. But I ain't trying to let nobody else hold the gun either. Nah, I got the gun. I'm the one that shot him. I'm gonna get rid of the gun, or I'm keeping it.
No, I'm saying duplicitous because he showed up at Raheem's mother's
Oh
house,
yeah,
her in her face like that.
oh
That
yeah, yeah. That was diabolical. That
yeah,
was that was that
yeah,
was evil right there.
yeah,
He hugging. Then the 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 darkest part of that scene right there is while he's hugging the mom and he looks up at you.
yeah,
He looks
yeah.
up at you like to say, "Yeah,
Do
bitch,
something.
I'm here.
Do something.
Do something."
Do
Yeah.
something. What you gonna do? Jump. Move, boy. Move, boy. What you gonna do? Exactly. You ain't gonna do nothing. You
Mhm.
ain't gonna do nothing but sit there. That's what you gonna do. And yeah, that's what he's saying, right? Let's look at the character arc. So Q goes from tentative kid to someone forced to define himself, artist or accomplice. The DJ competition becomes his moral crossroads. Okay, that's fair. He definitely does have to make a decision. He goes and gets a gun. He decides to throw the gun away, right? So I could see that point there. Bishop goes from charismatic friend to adrenaline addict to tyrant. Tupac plays him with wounded pride and hair triggered menace. The power rush is his identity. Dickerson later described Pac's casting lightning bolt. He came with a friend to audition and won the role on the spot. Yeah, of all of Tupac's roles, to me, this was his best one. That's just me, but this was his best one because hate him or love him, he definitely stole the show. Raheem and Steele. Raheem is the conscience whose loss shatters the group, and it does. Steele's fear and loyalty show how terror enforces his silence. And yeah, I agree with all of that. Anything else you want to, any other changes these characters go through that you can think of
No,
during
I
this?
pretty much agree with that right there.
Okay.
That was a good explanation.
Okay. All right, themes. The high cost of respect, street juice versus earned esteem. Guns and masculinity, firearms as shortcuts to adulthood and power. Community versus isolation, clubs, arcades, and kitchens are warm. Alleyways and elevators feel like moral dead zones. Okay, whatever. Media and performance, Q's booth is a safe stage. Bishop treats violence as a performance. I think Bishop treats violence as his way out. I mean, that's his only way towards respect. Like I say, even when they're in Steele's home and they're watching that movie and he goes, "Pow, ma, top of the world." Now
Yeah,
that's how you can
that's
go
how
out.
you go out.
You can
That's
see
what that
losing.
he. That's what I was saying. That's the life that he wants. He wants to
Right.
be the he wants to be the boss.
Yeah.
He wants to go out and play.
Yeah, yeah, which is, and he even says it in a dialogue with Q. He says, "Look, I'm not shit. I'm never gonna be shit, and you less of a man than me. So when I decide,
You
pow,
ain't gonna be
go,
shit. Ah, so be it.
yeah, yeah. I
So
mean,
I'm the motherfucker you need to worry about.
yeah,
Fine.
yeah, and that's sad. Favorite scenes. All right, so for me, some of these are these are my favorite scenes, but my favorite scene is when they're in Steele's apartment and he says, "We run from Quilez." Wait a minute. Caden just joined us. Caden says, "Hi, sorry I forgot about the live stream tonight. I'm here now." Hey, Caden, no problem, man. We're glad to have you, brother. What's up? We're glad to have you. But my favorite scene is when he's in there and he says to him,
Man, we ain't shit.
right, right,
What's
right,
your problem? You my fucking problem.
right,
Niggas sweat us in the street and you don't even give a fuck.
right. Do the no. Do the whole scene. Do the whole scene because you know that movie.
Oh, he said,
No, no. Wait, no, wait. We're gonna spotlight you. Hang
no,
on.
don't do that.
Okay. You don't want me to do it? I won't do it. Go ahead. It's on
He,
you. Go ahead.
see, you threw me off with that. It was like, what did he say?
You
We
do
ain't
this all
shit.
the time,
What's
man.
your problem?
You
You
my
my
problem.
fucking problem. Niggas sweat us in the street and you don't even give a fuck. What's the matter, Raheem? Nothing to say? That's because I'm right. In your heart, you know I'm right. I'm lost. I ain't did it in such
Oh
a long
my
time.
God, bro! You do this all the time.
I'm lost.
Oh
But
man.
see, you went way to the beginning of it. You ain't at the part that I just know
Well, go to that
that word
part.
for word.
Go to
But
that part.
yeah,
Go to
you
that
at
part.
the part where it first start, and then and then
We run from Quilles.
yeah,
We run from
that
what's
was
name
the
was that
part where
Butcher's son.
we went from the cops, we run from security guards, we run from old man Quillis. down at that bullshit store when he come with that fucking bullshit gun. All we do is fucking run. Feel like I'm on a goddamn track team. That
Yeah,
I'm serious.
he says you gotta be willing to go down and throw
Stand
down for
up
that
and
shit.
die for that shit like
Right,
Blizzard did if you want
right. You
to.
gotta grab the weed.
Blizzard ain't sticking up to nothing now.
Right, right. No, keep going. You trying to
Blizzard ain't
tell me I
sticking
ain't
up to
shit?
nothing.
You
Nah,
trying to
you
tell me I
jumping
ain't?
shit.
Because I
If
don't remember
Blizzard
it
ain't
like.
sticking up to nothing now, is said that's because we wasn't there to back him up.
Right,
If we was there, it would have been 5 dead niggas instead of one.
right.
Yeah, I never thought I'd hear the day when you talk like a fucking punk, you. Oh, he said, oh, then that's when Raheem was like, yo, chill. No, fuck chill. Check yourself, you. You got to snatch some collars and let them motherfuckers know you there to take them
I'm
out.
out.
Anytime you
Anytime
feel
you
like it,
feel like
you
it,
got to get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind behind your back and go out in the blaze if you got to. Because otherwise, you ain't shit. You
you
might as well
trying to
be
tell
dead
me
your
I ain't.
damn self.
You trying to tell me I ain't shit?
I ain't trying to tell you shit. I tell your mama you ain't shit.
Now let
What
me
we
tell you
fighting
something.
for? I don't know, nigga. You ready to die?
Yeah, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When he said that line, the first time I heard that, I was on the edge of my seat. I gotta give it to Tupac. Hell of a performance.
Yeah,
When
he killed
he
that
said
speech right
that
there.
line
That
right
whole
there,
time in that house, he absolutely killed his lines in that house.
he
He
did.
he
He
really
did.
killed the whole movie. Pop played the hell out that part.
He did. He did. But when he says that line, that reminds me of in New Jack City when oh shoot, what's his name? When Nino says to G Money, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. Like I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Boy, that's the feeling that comes over me. Again, I'm 22 as I'm watching this. I'm
Which one
young.
of those do you think is worse?
You said
Sit
what?
your $5. I said, which one is worse? Sit your $5 ass down before I make change, or I tell your mama you ain't shit.
I think it's Bishop's because
Yeah, me too. Because you
Bishop,
done brought my mama into this.
well, not only that, but Bishop gives him a long definition of why he's a punk. He gives all of them. We run from this guy, we run from that guy, we run more than a goddamn track. Like he gives a full definition of why he feels this way. And then he says, I'll tell you, mama, you ain't. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
to me, it's Bishop. Look, Nino, it was understood. Hey man, I'm him. Okay? I'm him. Don't you dare get up, boy. You no,
yeah.
no. I'll sleep with your woman. I'll do whatever I want to do, and ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Uh so yeah, man. Yeah. All right. Let's so yeah, there was that scene. Then there was the robbery that obviously changes it. The DJ battle, right?
Yeah.
Uh and the rooftop climax. Now I'll be honest with you. When the fight goes left and he's off that hanging on the ledge, hanging on the cues, I would have dropped him. After he killed Raheem, he shot it. I wouldn't have tried to save him.
Nah, I
That's
mean,
the one thing I would have been like, "No, you got to go, bro. You got to go. Hey, man, say hello to Raheem for me, will you? Okay. Regards,
I'm
deuces.
trying to think. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, nah, because I would have been even if you scared of him. What are you doing?
Bro, if I let
I'm
you
not
back
saving
up,
him.
if
Even if I'm scared of him or I'm mad at him, whichever it is, I'm not saving him.
no, I'm not saving him because you tried to kill me. And you know what? If I let you up, you'll try and kill me again.
Exactly.
We'll do the same
You
thing.
done killed my homeboy. Tried to
Right.
kill the other one, and now you're trying to kill me. I'm not letting you up.
You told me at school you didn't give a damn about me. You didn't give a damn about Steele. You didn't give a damn about Raheem. You don't even give a damn about yourself. And I'm less of a man than you. So when you decided, pow, well, guess what? It's decided for you today. Boom. You gotta go. You gotta go, Bishop. Eric, give me your favorite scenes in this movie.
My favorite scene, obviously, it was the house. Um, that's probably my favorite scene. But also, I think that one scene when Q goes to see his girlfriend
Yeah.
and the ex is there, I think Frank is hilarious when Frank answers the door.
Oh, I forgot about that when he's stuck in his seat. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole little
What you
scene where he's talking to
what you
Q
say,
is
boy?
hilarious. That's the
And
thing
Q,
about the movie. The movie's got all kind of different shit in there to where you got comedy, you got all different kind of shit in there. But
yeah,
yeah, that scene with Frank was pure comedy. Frank
yeah.
had me dying laughing.
When she
And
brought out his drawers and she's like, "Remember these?" And he's like, "Oh man, come on." It
yeah,
was like, "Why don't you go snatch a purse, boy, or
nah,
something like
he
that?"
said I think you're going a little far with the save the children shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, what was funny to me though, and it was indicative of the times, right? Because let me tell you something. If that had been one of these young Thundercats today, they would have straight up told that man, "F you." You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? F you, OG. What you talking about? But you could see in that time, Bishop is trying to give him respect because he says, "What an asshole," but he says it
that was
under his
cute,
breath.
not Bishop.
I'm sorry, Q, my bad. And he's like, "What'd you say, boy? I didn't hear you." And he's like, "Nothing." But it kind of brings home the fact that times have changed
But
because
nah, not really. If that had been Bishop, it would have been fuck you. But he
that's
was
true.
dealing with Q, and Q was a respectful young man. Q
That's
was not disrespectful.
that's true.
Q Q does his dirt, but Q's not disrespectful.
That's
He's
true.
GQ. He's
Right,
really his name. He's GQ.
right. That's true. That's true. That's true. Any other scenes you can think of, brother?
What was the in the ball field scene? Those were my three favorites. The where they go discuss the where they discuss the plan
Oh
when
yeah,
Q first
yeah,
finds out about the plan.
yeah.
That's pretty funny to me when like I was saying earlier when when Q first walk up and they tell him, once again it's on. And, what this nigga talking about?
Right,
That's
right,
what you want.
right, right, right,
You scared? Still ain't scared, is you? They go right here.
right, right, right. The steel was shaking, man.
Still was like, man, I ain't even trying. I'm hoping you niggas change your mind. I'm not even trying to talk about it. Still the whole time through the robbery plan, still is just standing there. Still has no put input on anything. And if you asked him, he finna redirect it. It still did not want nothing to do with that. Still just was there because them was the homies. And he trying to be cool with them. But still absolutely did not want nothing to do with that.
Had nothing to do with that. Like,
Man, I swear, the first time I seen that, I fell out laughing. I still laugh at that every time I see it when he do that. When he say, when he say, "Still ain't scared, is you?" They go right here.
and how many times
Like
did they
hell, nah, don't put it on me.
no? How many times did they say "shut up"? Still, I
Mm,
counted 3 or 4 times when all of them was like "shut up." Still,
yeah, yeah. Nobody respected still.
yeah,
Still,
there
still.
was a difference.
I think Raheem and Q was actually his friends. I think they actually gave a fuck about him, but
Yeah,
I don't think they really respected Q. I
no,
mean,
uh,
still, thank you.
still, no, I don't think they did. All right, let's talk about the juxtaposition or the comparison of Bishop and Juice to O Dog and Menace to Society, right? So,
Oh,
psychology Bishop is pride curdled into paranoia. His killings escalate from a need to be feared. O Dog, played by Lorenz Tate, is impulsive nihilism, gleefully reckless, and a walking dare. To me, one of the main differences between O Dog and Bishop, O Dog is loyal. O Dog is loyal. O Dog is all about the homies and all about the hood. Now look here, man. These fools killed your cousin, and you up here acting like a look. This is what we gonna do. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna do this right. But he's basically saying these guys killed your cousin. We about to settle this. O Dog is loyal. Bishop is loyal to Bishop, right?
Yeah.
The
But
world's
now hold on now though. In Bishop's defense, they were nah. Bishop started the disloyalty. Yeah,
he
go
did.
ahead.
He
Yeah,
did.
he started it, but I think he got all the way disloyal once he saw they backed up and didn't have his back no more.
Yeah, but he killed
But,
one
but
of
he
their
killed
best friends.
Raheem before then, right? So
What
yeah,
did
that's
you
what I was just
expect?
thinking.
Right. What did you expect was going to happen?
Right.
It's not like Raheem just came at you and was like, "You have no choice,
It's
bro."
not like they killed somebody else. It like he killed somebody else and they was his friends. You killed the leader.
You killed their brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, they're not going. They're not going to want you around. Hell no, they're not. They're
No.
not. People will go along if they fear you. That doesn't mean they respect you.
Right.
That doesn't mean they like you. Those are two totally different things. The world's Harlem's tight hallways and rooftop finales versus South Central's LA open street volatility. Iconic lines: Bishop, I am crazy. Old Dog's infamous. What you say about my mama? Takeaways: Bishop's tragedy is Shakespearean corrupted friendship. O Dog is the avatar of a system's rot. Both became archetypes in 90s hood film canon. So, basically, the way to sum up O Dog is what he says about him at the beginning of the movie: young, black, and just don't give a what.
Yeah.
Right?
America's Nightmare.
America's Nightmare. But O Dog is loyal. That to me, that is the prevailing difference
Yeah,
between.
Old Dog wasn't necessarily the villain.
No, no, he was loyal.
Old Dog was just the victim of his circumstances. He was a
Correct.
victim of the hood lifestyle around him.
Correct.
He just
Correct.
was the ultimate hood nigga.
Correct.
But
Bishop wanted power. Bishop wanted power.
Bishop was didn't have Bishop was shiesty. Bishop was really more so um Chauncey than he was Old Dog.
Yeah.
Chauncey just
Well,
didn't have a gun.
right. Well, I no Chauncey was kind of like Chauncey was no Bishop. I would say Bishop had more cojones. I would say
Yeah,
that.
because he had the gun.
What I well, it's not like Chauncey didn't have
Maybe if you get Chauncey a gun,
a
Chauncey had nothing. Chauncey was talking all that shit until Kane beat his ass. He
yeah,
thought
but
he was tough. Look how he treated the little dude with the stolen car, the little white dude with the stolen car when he came over. Look how he treated him. He was gangster as hell with him, but because he had more power. So now I think if he had a gun, he would be gangster as hell with everybody like that.
they had guns too, Eric. They all had guns.
Chauncey didn't.
But I'm saying even if he did, they
Even
got guns.
Kane didn't have no gun. Kane beat his ass with Old Dog gun.
Who didn't have a gun?
Kane,
Yeah, well, I mean, they had access to. I don't know. I just no. When I think of
even
gangster,
when Old Dog
uh,
pulled out the pump, nobody had a gun. They was shook when he cocked it and pointed it. Whoa, where? Old Dog always had a gun. He was always strapped.
yeah,
Kane was not always strapped. Neither was Chauncey.
okay, that's fair. But just to me,
I
yeah.
get what you're saying though. It seemed like access to a gun was around, but he
Well,
didn't have it.
well,
I
to
think
me,
I think if they made him the dude with the gun with his arrogance, I think he's trying to show off his power too, because he was that kind of dude.
who was
He was
who was
trying to
that?
do it in the first place until
Who,
Kane beat his ass.
who was MC8's character? Need
I
some
talking about
snapback.
comparing him to Juice.
No, I'm saying that wouldn't happen because he would have beat Chauncey's ass. Like, nah, Chauncey, no, man, I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see Chauncey
Oh,
being
all of them would have. If Chauncey, see the difference in the scenario is now if Chauncey has a gun and he's playing with them with that, you're not dealing with Steele and
correct.
Q. You,
Correct.
you you dealing with more niggas. You dealing with more Tupacs over here. You
Right.
not. You got a couple more bishops on your hand that you finna deal with. Not the bishop is not dealing with um Kane and he dealing with somebody they really ain't about that life.
Yeah,
But so if Chauncey decide to flip on, they already on there. They
yeah,
the Chauncey went with them when they went off them dudes in the beginning. They already on there. So yeah, Chauncey with the gun would have been more powerful than Chauncey was without the gun. And Chauncey, I believe, because Chauncey was already talking shit without the gun.
yeah.
That's why he got his ass beat. He's snatching on Ronnie and everything, and that's what he got his ass beat for. But and
Agreed.
I think if he has a gun, I think he tries Kane more so then like, hold on, you ain't finna just walk up and tell me. I think it happens more.
Yeah, I just feel like in Juice, Bishop is the personification of absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? It
Yeah,
is the same parable as the Lord of the Rings when whoever gets the precious loses their mind. They become more corrupt and more corrupt and more corrupt because they are power hungry. They are power hungry. And that's what happened with Bishop. He was like, I don't care about you. I don't care about you. But he was thirsty for power, right? So that's kind of, at least that's the difference to me. Scene four, Bishop, as Bishop turns on his own friends, the story builds to a chase between him and Q on a rooftop. Q manages to grab Bishop's hand as he dangles, but Bishop slips and falls. It's both a literal and symbolic collapse of their friendship and Bishop's descent. Some would argue that they were, and again, it's like it's interesting because when you initially see the first dynamic with them, Bishop and Q seem very close. They seem very tight.
yeah.
But when Bishop got that gun, he freaking lost his mind.
It was
Um,
before that though. It was when damn, what's his name? I'm having a brain fart. What's his name? Died
Blizzard,
in Blizzard.
Liz,
Yeah,
Liz,
yeah. It was that's when he flipped.
yeah,
That's when he flipped. That's when he flipped on Q.
yeah,
He didn't flip on Raheem yet. He was giving Raheem side eyes before then, but he didn't flip on Raheem yet. But he absolutely he was done with Q. That wasn't even a real apology. When
no,
he,
it wasn't.
when
But
he
it
made
was,
him apologize,
yeah,
he looked like he was on guard. Like when they was coming up to shake hands, like he was like disappointed that Q ain't try him again because he wanted to fight.
yeah,
He had a look on his face like, oh, this soft ass nigga really shook my hand.
yeah, yeah,
That was the look on his face. So yeah, he was never forgiving. He was never on no, oh yeah, we brothers shit. Nah. But I don't think Q was neither, because Q
yeah. I
even
don't think,
told Raheem, nah, we used to be like brothers.
yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. Let's get to some criticisms. Abrupt second half pivot. Some critics felt the morality play narrows into a thriller and loses social nuance. Metacritic's mixed average reflects that. I don't agree with that. I thought this was a great movie, and
Yeah, I
I
thought it gave
thought
you everything.
it did. It did
It-
because
and
this
that
happened.
was part of the good part about the movie is that
Right.
it gave you everything.
Right. But this happens.
Yeah,
This happens. This happens amongst young men in their circumstances. It happens. It's unfortunate. We don't like to talk about it, but it happens.
and
It
in a
does happen.
movie like how it was going, that kind of made the movie even better to me because it kept you on. It wasn't just we're not just watching friends just kick it. Okay, now the plot thickens, boom, and it got real. So yeah,
It, it did.
yeah, I like this. I like the switch up.
No, I mean, I look it was real life. I mean, it happens. This
Right.
happened.
That's
This
exactly how it happens too. You chilling in the hood and everything's cool. Y'all laughing and having fun. Then all of a sudden somebody come up with some dumb shit to do, and
there you go.
there it is.
Yeah,
The dumb, the dumb, dumb shit don't really seem that serious until it happens.
yeah.
And I remember my home. I got a friend that did something stupid, and he was telling me when he was in jail, it didn't really seem that real until he saw it on the news, and he knew he had fucked up. And I thought about that. I was like, yeah, because you could be doing something. It just seemed like some normal shit in life to you. You may have lost your temper and slapped the hell out of somebody in the store. And it just seemed like you just slapped the hell out of somebody until the police show up and put you in handcuffs,
Right.
getting
And
arrested. And the
right,
charge they finna hit you with
right,
is assault and battery. So now you finna like, man, just for slapping somebody,
right,
this is that bad. Yeah,
right. It is. It's real world stuff, man. It's real world stuff. Supporting cast was underdrawn. Raheem and Steele function more as moral poles than fully explored lives. Female characters Yolanda and the club MC are memorable, but the film rarely lingers on their interiority. So I mean, whatever. Look, this film was about four dudes who go through a horrible situation. I don't have any issue with uh any of the feminine characters. It is what it is. That's how the story played out. I don't agree with that. You could make the argument that Raheem didn't spend enough time in the movie, but his death was pivotal because without his death, Bishop doesn't make his transformation, and neither does Q, right?
right.
If Raheem doesn't die, let's say they pull off the robbery, but Raheem doesn't die. That's it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have the same effect. So unfortunately, in order for this to happen,
It turns
right,
into something like they running from the police or something. Then
right, right. Raheem had to die.
yeah,
Unfortunately for this to happen.
either he had to die in, or it would have been a whole different movie.
Yeah,
If somebody would have had to die to kick it off, it still would have ended up having to be Raheem, even if they stretched it out some.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
For it to go the way that it went, for it to be that movie, Raheem had to die at some point.
Right, right. And the movie would have been 2 hours if you extended it. So
Yeah, exactly.
I think they did what they had to do. In the aftermath, a bystander tells Q, "You got the juice now. The line lands not as a victory, but a curse." Q didn't want the power; he inherited it through tragedy. The film closes on this hollow crown, cementing the message about the cost of chasing street respect. And I agree with that. I agree with that.
I didn't hear half of what you said. I don't know if my phone froze or if it was StreamYard or what.
It's all good. So it says, in the aftermath, a bystander tells Q, "You got the juice now. The line lands not as a victory, but a curse." Q didn't want the power, he inherited it through tragedy. The film closes on this hollow crown, cementing the message about the cost of chasing street respect. And I agree with that 100%. I agree with
Yeah,
that
me too. Yeah,
100%.
you can see Q shake his head at him like, man, that
He
ain't it.
did. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just lost my best friend. What are you talking about? Like, this isn't Gladiator. This isn't, hey,
yeah,
Julia.
like,
Oh,
yeah, Q was like, this ain't a game. What
it's
are
not
you talking
charged. It's in there. Bring it. It's got
about?
a Claire.
I don't want the juice.
Bring me the iPad. It's got a charge. It's not going to be ready. Sorry about that. Those are my nieces. They are needing something. Sorry for the interruption. Thank you. So I'll go ahead and hook up. Come back about an hour. Okay. All right. Gotta go. Uncle Terry's on the podcast. Okay, Claire Bear. You gotta go. Okay. All right. Yay. Yay. All right. Come back in an hour, Claire Bear. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Kids. Anyway. Um, Eric, you there?
Yeah,
All right. So let's get to some ratings. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 81%. Metacritic gave it 60 out of 100. Who cares? Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars. That's fair. Look, it when I watched this, I gave it way more than that, but we'll get into our thoughts on the rating later. I just kind of wanted to present that because we'll each rate this movie. Little known
I think
fact,
we rated high. I think they rated lower than us because they didn't grow up in that. They didn't grow up seeing that
right?
atmosphere. So it's not. If you didn't grow up in that kind
You
of
don't understand.
atmosphere or you know, yeah, in that atmosphere, you probably won't understand it as much. So it don't hit home as much.
Right. No,
It,
that's
it
a
kind
fair
of hits
point.
home like what I was saying. I used to hang out in the hood. We did dumb shit. So and it happens like exactly like that. We might be playing basketball, chilling, cracking jokes, all of a sudden, and then the wrong person come through there and get robbed. Who it happens exactly like that. So I completely felt the movie, but I could see that if I was raised in the suburbs and that never happened, I never saw stuff like that. Then that would I probably wouldn't understand it. So I mean, I might enjoy the movie, but that's where you get 3 stars instead of 4.
Right. Right. Carrie, BPE Carrie says, "Hey T Will and Eric, what up, Carrie? How you doing? We're talking about
Gary, what up?
the night. Welcome." So 10 little facts about it. Tupac's casting was serendipity, meaning it was happenstance. It just happened to fall into place. He came to support a friend, read for Bishop, and stunned the team, and they signed him on the spot. Debut Central, first leading film roles for Omar Epps, Khalil Kane, and Shakur. First feature as a director for Dickerson. Shot fast on the streets. Principal photography ran in Harlem in 1991. There's an alternate ending that exists. In one version, Bishop lets go rather than face prison. Used on home video extras. I hadn't heard of that, so I'll have to look into that.
Me
Queen
neither.
Latifah, she appears in the as the club's Roughhouse MC, anchoring the DJ world. Let's see. It says hip hop DX on the decks, so the routines would play real. I have no idea what that means. Cameo City, Tretch and Naughty by Nature, and Donald Faison were in there. And you know who else was in there, Eric? And I don't know if you caught this, but when Blizzard walks in, actually, when Q walks in and sees Blizzard at the bar,
EPMD.
yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, I had forgotten that until I watched it again. So
Yeah,
uh,
EPMD, Queen Latifah. Who else was in there? Samuel L. Jackson. Um,
yeah, it's a lot of
yeah,
folks.
it's a lot of people that became stars from that movie. Even
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, where it fits in the 90s black film wave. So, alongside Boys in the Hood 1991 and Menace to Society 1993, Juice helped codify the hood thriller with a youth point of view, moral pressure cookers, hip hop culture embedded in plot and soundtrack. It's the East Coast counterpoint to LA stories with turntablism and Harlem geography as its heartbeat. Critics at the time and later essays credit these films with expanding mainstream visibility for young black filmmakers, actors, and documenting the era's urban realities. And yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. That's
yeah.
yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Uh,
So what did they rank in Juice, Menace to Society, and Boys in the Hood? What order do you put them in?
oh wow. Oh man, now, whoa, boy. Oh man, I did not know you were gonna do this to me today, brother. That's cold, man. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, you may as well throw New Jack City in there,
I
right?
was just gonna say that. Throw
May as
New
well
Jack
throw
in
New
there
Jack
too.
City in. All right. So if you got New Jack City, you said New Jack City, Juice, Boys in the Hood, and Menace, right?
Yeah, the top 4.
Yeah.
Which one? Which you got to
New,
put them 1 through 4.
yeah. New Jack City changed my life. So I literally wanted to be Nino for about a week. Like I seriously considered a career change because I thought I was in love with that life. I was like, wow, I want to be that. I want to be that guy. Of course, I was in college, but I didn't want to be in college when I saw that movie. I wanted to be a drug dealer, Eric, for like about a week, a whole week. I was plotting my entrance into the game. Okay, so I gotta go. I gotta. I'm kidding, but in all seriousness, New Jack City was such a. I mean, if Juice hit us in the chest, New Jack City was a 12 gauge shotgun. I mean, like it was the impact of it was that severe. I must have seen New Jack City like 50 times in the movies. I'm not gonna lie. So I would say for me, New Jack City, then Boys in the Hood, because I could relate to it, because I was in college at the time trying to get myself together. Then for me, it would be Juice, because Menace to Society was West Coast. I grew up on the East Coast. And while I did like Menace, if I got to compare all three, that's the pecking order for me. For me, it's going to be New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Juice, and then Menace to Society. What is it for you?
Okay, my absolute favorite movie of any movies is Juice. I'm put that out there, but I'm not gonna put it at one.
Okay.
But at one, I'm gonna put Menace at one.
Okay.
Now, hold on.
Ah! Ha ha! Ah!
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna put Menace at one.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Menace at one.
Okay.
Menace was like everybody was trying to be a gangster then with Menace. So I think that more so hit home for me than anything else. Even though it was West Coast, everybody
Yeah.
was trying to be West Coast then. Everybody was trying to be Crips and Bloods and gangbanger then back then. So it seemed like that one hit home more for me back then because Boys in the Hood was West Coast too.
Yeah, I know, but it didn't feel that way because you had Lawrence Fishburne, you had Fathers in the Home. That's a different story.
Yeah,
That to
yeah.
me, Boys in the Hood,
That's not a gang banging story.
correct.
That's a hood story.
That's a
That
hood story. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not they're not necessarily, even though I believe they were gang bangers. That wasn't what that story was about. It wasn't
Correct.
about gang bang.
Correct.
But
Correct.
yeah, okay, Menace first. Then I'm gonna put Boys in the Hood second. Then Juice. Then New Jack.
Okay. That's fair. That is fair. That is fair. That's interesting. Oh wait, we got to get back to favorite quotes, man. So for me, um, when he's in the school, and he's like, I mean, obviously the one where he's like, we run from Quilles, we the goddamn track team. That was one of my favorite lines. But another one was, the last time you said that, I was tripping, right?
Oh yeah,
But now you're right.
yeah.
I
Last
am
time
tripping.
you called
Like
me crazy, I was
that
kind of
the
tripping.
the
But you know
way he
what?
delivered that
It
line
was
was
crazy.
freaky.
And you know
That
what
was
else? I don't give a fuck.
right, right,
About you.
right,
I don't give
right.
a fuck
But
about
at that
them.
point, Eric, he is completely off the reservation. He's gone. He is gone at that point. So I
Hmm.
like that. And then when he's in the elevator, it's like, what are you gonna do? You gonna shoot me in the elevator? And
Five.
he does
Yeah.
that. He does that. I was like, wow, this dude has lost his marbles. So yeah, I would agree with that. What worked? Tupac's electric star-making menace, F's grounded counterweight, gritty location-driven direction that never glamorizes violence, hip-hop texture, DJ culture. Yeah, I can see all of that. What didn't? Some character threads, Raheem Steele, Yolanda feel underwritten. The morality play gear shift can feel schematic to some viewers, reflected in the mixed Metacritic. Um, the gift shift that I'd like to know what they mean by that, but whatever. Like, so for me, I don't have an issue with the way Yolanda is written. because Yolanda is an older girlfriend who's going through a divorce. And look at, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm thinking like me, 18-year-old T Will, if I dated somebody that age, I mean, you're the man, but you don't like,
Yeah, but let's switch that. What if Yolanda was a dude and Q was the girl?
I mean, it is what it is, but what he's legal. So first off, well, was he legal though? Because he's in high school,
Right.
right?
They're supposed to
He's in
be.
high
He's still
school.
in high school.
He's in high. Well, you know what? In some states, the law says
See,
17.
now we're trying to justify some bullshit.
I'm not
he,
justifying it. How old was
he is in high school.
how old was he though? Right?
He's in high school.
How old was he?
He's
Because in some
probably
states,
17. I'm giving him 17. I'm thinking because he doesn't look like a freshman. He doesn't look like this is even his second year. It looked like
right,
it should be his third or last year in high
in high
school.
school, right?
But she does not look like she just graduated. She was just married.
She looked 30. She she
Yeah.
she looked she
She
looked
she,
well, she
she
looked
was
late 20s.
she was at least, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She was at least late 20.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I just say that to say for a long time, the legal age in Georgia was 17. The age of consent in Georgia was 17. So again, it depends on how old he was. Now, Samuel L. Jackson, pedophile, because that
Yeah.
girl was 13. That girl was darn near 12. Like the only thing she was missing was pigtails and a bike.
Yeah,
I mean,
26-year-old still shouldn't be with a high school kid though. That she out there too.
hey man, look at it. Let me tell you something. What I was trying not to say when I was in high school,
Oh yeah, he was the man.
I did that. So I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
did that. So
he
hey,
was the man.
it
He
was
was
a different
definitely the
world back
man.
then, Eric. it was a different world. I'm just saying.
Yeah, to
You know what I
dudes,
mean?
yeah, you the man. And to kids even, probably a 18-year-old girl that's dating a grown man to the high school kids, that's cool. But
Yeah,
to adults looking at that, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
yeah. Well, I think when I was a senior, I was 18 and my girlfriend at the time was 21. So, I mean, again, I was still in school, but she was 21. So, just saying,
Yeah.
just saying. All right. What's the next one I want? Let's talk about the soundtrack, man. That soundtrack. Uptown Anthem. I love that. Know the Ledge by Eric B. and Rakim. Love that. And Enough
Yeah.
Respect Due by Big Daddy Kane. I must have played that. Well, you know how I do with these songs, bro. I ain't even got to tell you. I don't even have to tell you what I
Yeah.
did with that song. I don't. I think this is probably one of the top 15 soundtracks because a lot of the soundtracks back in the day in those 80s and 90s, they had some really good soundtracks. Not so much anymore, but back then, oh, they had some great soundtracks. I
Yeah.
would place this soundtrack maybe top 15, top 10. Where do you see this soundtrack fitting in? Like where do you see it?
I'm trying to think of other soundtracks. I don't really pay attention to soundtrack.
So Above the Rim has a now Above the Rim, sorry about that. Above the Rim to me is if it's not number one, it's up there as one of the greatest soundtracks from a movie. Above the Rim was a great, great soundtrack. Um, let me see. Crush Groove, pretty good soundtrack. I'm going back now. Um, there's some other ones.
Yeah,
Boys,
it's a bunch of them, but I just can't think of what movies pop out of my head as in, oh, they had a great soundtrack.
yeah.
When I think of movies, I don't think of soundtrack.
I guess you're not a
So
soundtrack guy, man. All
yeah,
right.
I'm not really a soundtrack guy. I mean, I remember those songs, but just to think of another movie soundtracks right now, it's just not standing out to me because I'm not really a soundtrack guy.
I get it, man. Well, I tell you what, Eric, we're at the point in time where we have to rate this movie. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this movie?
Honestly, I would give it a. I'd give it a 9.
Okay,
I
that's
don't.
fair.
I don't know how close you come to nines and tens with movies, but this is like I said. This is my favorite movie, so I might be a little biased with that, and I love the way Tupac played Bishop.
And let me tell you
So
something, man. You
this
if
was
you want to
this,
give it a 10 out of 10, you can. It's if it's you do what you feel in your heart to do.
I say 9 because I like I said I would put Menace to Society in front of it. Even Boys in the Hood, I put both of them in front of it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I almost said 8, but like I said, I don't really know how you grade movies. Or
Well, I
I
mean, I grade them based on, how I feel, right? Now, me,
well, it's my favorite movie.
no, I
So
get it. Me, I'd give it an 8. I'd give it a strong 8
okay,
because it did impact me. So for me, the first thought in my head is good or bad, how did this movie impact me the first time I saw it? Like the first time I saw it, did it take my breath away? Did I say I got to come back and see it again? Did I call my friends? Was there an
see,
emotional response?
I don't remember the first time I saw that. Now I do remember the first time I saw Boys in the. I mean, Menace to Society because we almost got in a fight after the movie. But
Well, I so certain movies I remember exactly the first time I saw 'em, right?
right,
But this one I would give an 8. This one I would give an 8. I think it was well done. And it's a shame Tupac left here when he did, but I would give this movie an 8. I think it is his best performance.
yeah, I'm gonna
Uh,
stick with my 9.
yeah, I'd give it an 8, and that's just where we are, brother. So hey, man, I appreciate you joining me, man. This has been the podcast of Juice. And look it, if you like it, you can come check me out at For My ATL Movies 1. That's where we do the movies, and For My ATL Sports. That's where we do the sports. If you want to check my brother out, you can see him in section 101 at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, because that's where he hangs out. That's all you're gonna get from him. To Caden and Carrie. Oh, we got Yuri in the building. I didn't see you, Yuri.
Yuri, what's
How
good?
you doing, man? Yuri snuck up in here. Classic Pac movie. What up, Yuri? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, man. But hey, to everybody in the chat, Yuri, Carrie, Caden, thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it. Hey, man, you could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. We are thankful and grateful for that. Cannot thank you enough. Thank God he sent y'all in my path today. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate you and Jack Spade for giving me my start in this business. And hey, man, appreciate you for being here, bro. This was fun, brother. We got to do it again. I'm really
Definitely,
thinking about
definitely.
New Jack City. So I will let you know when I want to do it. Can you join me for New Jack City?
Sure, I might need to go watch that one again. I ain't as fluid as that one,
I
but
gotta go watch it too. Look it. I gotta go watch it too. Because I'm
I
gonna tell you
remember it, but I don't remember it as well as I do. I watched Juice. I don't know how many times.
yeah,
I watched it again today just because we was gonna do it, but I really wasn't paying attention because I know the whole movie.
yeah, yeah. No, you know what? What I like to do, Eric, is when I go back and I watch it, I like to look for things that I missed.
That's what I was doing.
You know what I
That's what
mean?
I was
Like
doing because I was
things,
like, Terry
that I
going. That's why. That's how I was like remembering rolling. That's why I was seeing stuff like that.
yeah.
What game were they playing in the arcade?
It was a fighting game, I think.
Come on, man.
Was it Mortal Kombat?
No, come on, man. The fighting game.
Street Fighter?
Yeah,
Okay. I knew it was one of them. I knew it was
yeah.
one
Street
because
Fighter.
he tells him, if you don't put that quarter in there, I'm gonna beat that ass. And if
Yeah.
you don't put that quarter there, I'm gonna beat that ass. Yeah, that was
Nah, he said, "What makes you think you're gonna beat me? For one, if I lose, I'm gonna beat that ass. For two, if I lose, I'm gonna beat that ass. Now hurry up and put the quarter in there for I beat
yeah,
you."
yeah, yeah. And then when the cops show up and Steele's caught up in the game, he's like, "You're out of here." And
Yeah,
the cop tucks
but
his
what got
own
me right there is you got to notice Still is struggling playing nobody. Still, and he gone. Like and then, you know, if anybody's ever played Street Fighter, they don't move. The computer's not gonna fight you by itself. So
Right,
what is he doing? You
right.
playing Street Fighter still must suck. Still,
Right. I have no idea.
still is struggling after he don't even have a joystick no more.
He's on the struggle bus, man. He is on the struggle bus for real. Nah, man. Hey, bro, we got to do this again. To everybody who joined us, we appreciate you. Thank you, guys. And yeah, man, we'll be back later on this week talking sports with myself and Carrie on a Friday. And hey, if Jack chooses to, we might do one time for the fan. You know, Jack's busy out here. Jack's got things going on, but
Yeah, man. Jack was supposed to finish folding these clothes over here,
oh wow.
and
Oh wow. Oh wow.
he
You know
got a
what?
couple of pair of socks mismatched. If
Wow.
anybody
Did
hears
he?
from Jack,
Wow.
tell him I'm docking some of his pay for that.
Wow. You know what? That's fair, Eric. As much as he messes with you, Jack had that coming. Is there any other messages you want me to give him? Like anything else? Like, you know, the fact that he closes refrigerators and says bow. That's personally one of my favorites.
Yeah, tell Jack I say if you walking, you're wrong. He'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
I will tell him that, sir. Well, hey, everybody, good night, and we'll see you. Thanks, everybody.
Lights, camera, action is going down. For my ATL movies when we run this town. With your host T. Will, yeah, keeping it real. From the A to the screen, you can feel the thrill. Rolling with the classics, we're setting the pace. Highlighting the magic of our soulful space. Got the vibe, got the crew, making it tight. When the screen lights up, everything feels right. Grab your popcorn, let's make it loud. It's movie time, ATL style. Stand proud. From the silver screen to the hearts we steal. Every frame we capture is the real deal. Talking premieres,